Hello legends, welcome Lazarus Gaming, and we're going to be playing Bless Unleashed today. Before you get started though, something important to notice is in the launcher you have to change your region, especially if you're in somewhere like Australia where I am, and it automatically I think picks up that you're in Asian regions, and it changes your region here to Asia. And when you log into the game, all you'll get is Asian servers. So if you don't want that, you have to change this to North America and then log in, and you'll get the NA server, which is, there's only one, which is North America 1. So you hit play now and it will take you in. And this is Bless Unleashed. I've already had a play on this, so it's not like I'm going fresh into this one. I'm going to start, and you'll see I've already got one character in here. So you get 3 characters for free on each server. That's each server, so they're not limited. So you can create 3 on Asia, 3 on... And Asia has like 4 servers. So, so you can do 3 on here, and then Southeast Asia is actually where I think most English players in New Zealand, Australia are playing, that type of thing, which is quite good. I mean, there's 5 classes, so it would have been nice if they'd given us 5, but I suppose they forced you to buy another 2 slots that way, which, you know, they've got the store. I've got to say, the store isn't as bad as I was led to believe it would be. I don't consider it massively pay to win. There are conveniences in it, which I'll show you in the game. But first, let's get on with character creation. So the character classes, I do have to say I'm not a fan of the way the controller here works. It's very annoying, and it does feel a bit like you sort of have to, it's sort of made for a console, the way it feels, and it's fair enough, it's console port, I think, so it's not the end of the world. But when you click on something, you have to right click to go back again, or hit escape. And escape is actually a little delayed in what it does, so sometimes you'll press it, it won't do it, you'll hit it again straight away, and it'll take you back 2 menus, so it's a bit annoying. Whereas right click seems to be quite responsive and gets rid of the menu quite quickly. So the classes you've got are, and I like this, that they give you the choice of the classes first rather than the race first, because the classes are race locked to different races. So I've had other games where you choose the race and then you go in and you can't get access to your class that you wanted to play, and then you have to go back again, choose a different class, go back again, race, go back again, choose the class. It's a bit annoying, to be honest. But anyway, so the 5 races, the 5 classes still in the game at the moment are Crusader, who is your sword and board warrior type, tanky type thing. With sword and shield, Crusaders stand as frontline warriors, ready to stare down the brunt of enemy attacks, embracing their code of honor through sacrifice. Crusaders never back away from a fight. And that has the human and the fucking idiot lolly characters that I hate. Berserkers. Berserkers are fearless warriors who pride themselves on wreaking havoc. Armed with massive 2-handed weapons and a love for a good fight, Berserkers rush headlong into battle with little concern for their own well-being. And these are limited to the Varg. Like, it's the only class that can be a Berserker. And the wolf-like Varg are undisputed masters of the forest, having earned a reputation for being tough and agile hunters. The Varg are peaceful creatures that revere nature's blessings, but can quickly turn into ferocious beasts when threatened. So these guys sound like they would be perfect rangers. However, only the elf is a ranger. So I don't know if that was a mistake, or if they meant to have Vargs be able to be rangers at some point. But yeah, it's strange. So rangers are expert pathfinders and survivors who excel in scouting, tracking, and ambushing their prey. They prefer to keep the distance, favoring bow and arrow over sword and shield. Traps and snares are their resources of choice. And the elves once thrived in Lumios, living in splendor as near immortals under the shade of their great tree, Lilanthes. After the tree was burned, the newly mortal elves... So when the tree was burned, the elves apparently became mortal and scattered across the world. Despite their lost heritage, they are proud descendants of the Age of Magic and are recognized for their grace and intelligence. Okay, next is the mage. And mages are masters of the arcane arts, able to call on the elements to do the bidding. One can only whisper of their formidable power, and yet there are no whispers of where their limits may lie. So mages are standard mages, and they can be elf and human, which seems to be the norm in most of these sort of games. And then you got the priest, which is human and nipping. So humans can be crusaders, priests and mages. Rangers are elf only, and berserker are varg only. And then you got the stupid lolly character that can be crusader and priest. Priests, though they prefer a life of passivity, priests can call upon the power of the divine to defend the helpless. Their awesome powers can both restore and enhance their allies, as well as inflict harm on those who would prey on the weak. So we're gonna make a crusader this time, because I made one on the Asian server by mistake and I really like them, but I want one on the NA server. So we'll start that, and we'll have a male. And the armor looks awesome in this game. Like, when we get into the game, I'll show... This is going to be the character creation, I think. And then I'll do an in-game video as well. So I'll separate them, because character creation can take a while, and I don't want a 2-hour video. But yeah, just the level 9 I have on the Asian servers, I had something like 4 different armor sets, and they're all different. So it's actually really good, and some of them look really good. They're not just the bog standard crap that you get on normal, like on some MMOs where, you know, you're wearing rags or whatever. But anyway, character creation. So there's quite a few preset choices here that you can flick through. That's kind of cool. You got tattoos and stuff on the bodies, which is quite nice. So range of different presets, and we'll go into customize, and then it actually allows you to customize the character even more. And the customization isn't crazy. Like, if we look at the body, you can go tall and thin, and like you can make yourself into a bit of a, you know, giant or whatever with a tiny head and stuff. But besides that, that's about as wild as the customization gets, really. Like, there's no crazy customization on here, which is nice. I hate customization that's just makes you look like you're aliens all the time. So you can define muscles, make them into, you know, gym junkie, or relax it a bit so you're not getting stomachache by holding your gut in all the time. Skin colors. This is the only bit that can be a bit crazy, is the color schemes. So you can make really weird colors. For a human, you know, being a weird pink or green or whatever, that's a bit odd, to be honest. I don't like that, but I know some people do. In particular, Asian countries, they tend to like crazy character schemes and shit. I'm a fairly normal individual, and I just like normal stuff, so, you know, we'll make him like that. I don't think that's even that normal. I'm trying to find where he might be normal. there. You can add the sheen. You know how like Black Desert Online likes to have shiny everything. The one thing I like about this character creator is it's not crazy like Black Desert Online where there's too many options, I think, but it's not World of Warcraft, which has no options. It's a nice like balance in the middle where you do get a good number of options to play with that make you feel like you're customizing your character. You know, they've got some tattoos, full body tattoos, and there are face tattoos as well, and these are fairly good. I mean, I like this dragon one. I've had that on all the characters I've created so far. But you've got like, this is like a chains and crosses type thing, skeleton, some sort of Celtic, some sort of Samoan or Celtic thing there as well, or none. And then you can actually change the intensity of it as well, so you can make it so that it's barely visible or just like full on black. So that's that. Your hairstyles, a good selection of hairstyles, and they do beard and mustache separately, which is cool. I do like that. I mean, there's not a huge number of choices for the mustache, but you know, it's fair enough. At least they give you the ability to have an option on the mustache, and they don't link it to the beard. So you can have 3 types of beards or none. So we'll just go with that one. And you can change the color again. Hair color. I'm not a fan of like this weird color hair shit, so I don't worry too much about that. But if you wanted it, you could have a stupid haircut with a stupid SJW color on it, or you can just be a normal person and have a normal hair color. Again, you can add gloss to your hair if you wanted to. That actually doesn't seem to do a hell of a lot with mine. It does a little bit. You can see it on the beard and the mustache more. But the hairstyles are good. I mean, it's not a huge amount, but there is a selection, and they're all actually not bad. Like, you know, there's no really atrocious hairstyle. You know, these are quite cool. I don't mind them. And you got your bald one, so we'll go with that one. So I love the white hair with the ponytail. Oh, he's got a bit of a granny red going through his hair there. And then you've got the nose. You can change the shape of the nose and the mouth and everything. He looks at the camera automatically, but you can actually hit shift and he'll turn sideways when you want him to. So you can actually change nostril sizes, you know, your bridge width, so you make the nose narrow or whatever. It's general creation window, really, options. And then your upper body, there are on the female character boob slider, but it's not crazy like, you know, triple F type level. It's within reasonable ratios to the body. Disappointingly for most people. You got the neck thickness, shoulder, arm length. Now I mucked around with one of my characters, so with these, and I could not get it to go back again once I'd messed around with it. So I actually had to cancel the character and go back out and come back in again and create it. I think it was this one, upper and lower arm girth, that I was mucking around with. And once you change these settings, like, you get huge forearms and tiny, it actually is quite hard to get, especially on the female, which is the one I was on. I think I was around here somewhere, but you get these weird, it's not too bad on the guy. The female though, when you do it on the female, it looks weird and you can't get it to go back to how it was. Like, I don't know if it was just a bug on the creation that I was doing, but it just was really odd. She looked like a chimp. Her arms were so long that, and then I tried shortening the arms and by using arm length, and then it just like created this weird Flidamite type look to it, and I was just like, okay, in the end I had to give up. But yeah, you get normal slider stuff on these things. And this was another thing that I messed around with, and you create you mess with it and you can't actually get it to what you wanted it to be before, and they seem to get like a weird look, like it's like his pecs have. So you can get a bit weird with this, and I'm actually not that keen on these sliders on the body and the arms. They don't seem to do what you want them to. And then lower body, standard stuff. And so you can change the mouth. Mouth is just standard things like sticking out lips and stuff. Change the size of the lips. The eyes have let's get him to look at us. Have quite a good mix of stuff you can do. So you can have him really squinty or frowny. Have his eyes up, out and in, which is quite cool. And then you can position in and out where you want them to be, up and down. Put them roughly where they were. Then eye size, so you can make your eyes bigger and smaller depending on what you want. Vertical, horizontal. So that's something I mean about the left click thing, is bloody annoying. Like you'll be doing something and you accidentally right click, sorry, not left click, right click, and it'll take you out of what you're doing, which is, I'm used to using right click to spin the character around and things like that. So every now and then I'll hit it to try and turn, and it'll take me out of the menu I'm in. But that could just be because I'm a spaz. I don't know. Iris colors. So this is where acceptable colors are used. So for the eyes, I don't mind that. That's cool. And you can change your iris size to be your full eye or just like normal. Eyeball color. So you can change the actual your eyeball to be a different color. And you can change your eyes to be different eyes. So you can put. Let's increase the eye size for a second, and I'll show you what I mean with this. Let's make his eyes bigger and reduce that frowny. No, wrong one. Reduce that frowny. That's better. And now, so you go to eyes, and you can see you have the normal cat's eyes or halo. Weird minus sign, a whirl, vortex or whatever, snowflake, stars, and atom or whatever that is, or just normal eyes. They're not too bad. They don't look too bad. I don't mind them. And you can change the white there as well by going to eye color, and that will then change the inner color as well, so you can make your eyes really crazy, which is quite cool. You can change your eyebrows. Massive selection of eyebrows, which is weird considering you only get 3 mustaches. And then you can add eyeliner, etc. All that same as normal, and that's it. That's your character creation on the human. What we might do is we'll just sacrifice this one and go back, and I'm not doing the yipping. I'll show the Varg because he's a bit different. We'll go with a female one, but they seem very much like the I don't know what they're called in Guild Wars 2. They're the same type of character as Guild Wars 2. That wolf character that there is. So what I'll do is, I'm not going to go through the whole creation thing again. I'll just flick through some of these presets so you can see the differences. So, they look quite cool. It's a shame that the races are locked to certain classes, to be honest. It'd be cool to be able to make a warrior or a ranger out of that guy, which is what he's apparently supposed to be anyway. And then we'll go the elf and do another female. And we'll just flick through the presets on the elf. So again, nothing too mental on the elf. I mean, you can make her a bit of a thick, chunky. And I think that's actually the biggest boob size you'll get on the elf, by the looks of it. So, like I say, not too crazy, not too out of the park. You know, it's good, nice and normal. So, what was the other car? I'm not doing the Ipin. So that's it. So for the races, you have human, Ipin, Varg, elf, and that's it. Yeah. So that's the character creation on. I forgot what game we were playing. Bless Unleashed. Bless Unleashed. And now. That was a very quick video. That's good. So now we've got that, we'll go and do a gameplay video. So I'm going to end this video here and make it a separate video, and I'll link the gameplay video up above and you can go to that and check it out.